guys, what is up? This is Millie Mountain Motocross here. Going to show you the transformation of this 2001 Yz250. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright, how's it going, guys? Today is day one of working on the 2001 Yz250. Got it stripped down here. It was in pretty rough shape whenever I first picked it up the other day. The air filter absolutely was horrible. We cleaned it up, oiled it and all that. It had never been oiled whenever we first got it, so it was in really rough shape, and got a new one on the way. I already took off the rear tire because that old tire was absolutely god-awful. Had no tread on it at all, and was starting to wear real bad. Took off all of the plastic, which was an absolute pain. I don't know who put it all on, but none of the bolts matched or anything like that. It was all different kinds of lengths and all that. So far, all we've done is strip it down, drain the oil out of it. We got some parts coming in hopefully tomorrow, and that's all we got done so far. Cleaned it up a little bit, obviously not deep cleaned, but we'll see what we can get done here. It ran all right when we first grabbed it, but it wasn't really opening up on the top end or nothing. So messed with the jetting some, and it's running a little bit better, but we're still gonna try to fix it up a little bit more. All right, so I just finished taking off all of the plastic, front fenders, side panels, number plates, everything of the 2001 Yz250. I got the tire off there, took that off a little bit earlier. That tire was absolutely horrible. It had practically no tread on it at all. So I got my new tire here, and it's ready to go once I put it on that rim. And the inner tube, I gotta say, was actually in a lot better shape than I expected. Had no holes or anything. Pumped it up just to double check. The air filter as well was absolutely terrible whenever we first got it. It was dirtiest air filter I've ever seen, and it was a pain to clean. Alright guys, today is day 2 of working on the Yz250. Didn't really work on it much today. My parts still haven't come in. I'll go over those whenever they come. I doubt they're gonna come in today. It's already about 6. And the UPS doesn't run after like 5 around here. All I've really done today is cleaned up the air filter and all that. Plugged it up here, just that way didn't get any extra dirt or anything down in there. And really that's all I've done. Cleaned up the frame and all that. Just checked it out, made sure nothing really is too wrong with it. Cleaned up the FMF pipe on this bad boy. It's actually in a lot better shape than I thought it was. And the only thing I really found that worries me is this part right here in the frame where it's got that crack. And then right there, it's actually completely broken off from where someone had re-welded it right there. So that's kind of a big worry for me at the moment, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. And so far, that's all I've really done. I cleaned up the pipe on it. This is the stock pipe from it. It was in a lot nastier shape. The pipe itself is actually really good at the moment. I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised with it. And I'm probably gonna keep it on there at least for a little while and probably just repack it. I still haven't got the new set of plastics for it. That's coming with the rest of the parts. And all I really did today was just clean up some of the rust and all that, all the grime on this bad boy. And that's all I really got done for today. Alright guys, I just got my box in from Motorsport with all my new parts and all that for the Yz250. So I haven't opened it up yet. I don't know exactly if everything's in there or not. Hopefully it will. Mailing form and all that. So that right there is our back fender for that bad boy. Got our front fender. That's actually the 2015 Yz250 front fender, because it'll fit on the 2001 as well. That right there, is that our brake handle? Oh no, that's our clutch lever right there. Brand new Tusk clutch lever. Here we got side panels. We got our front number plate. That is also the 2015 Yz250 front number plate. Got our radiator shrouds in there. And all this plastic is Polish board. Let's see here. Oh, we got our factory effects seat cover, because that seat is not in the greatest of shape. And let's see here. Oh, we got our new clutch perch as well. Once again, the Tusk item. Now our Tusk front brake lever as well. And I believe that should be pretty well everything out of here. Yep, that seems to be all. So, that's our little pile for the day. I'm gonna go put it on this bad boy, and then I'll bring it back. Alright guys, so I just finished putting on the new Factory Effects seat cover. And right there's the old one. It was getting pretty worn. It wasn't really that nice either, just kind of a leather type deal. And I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of myself for this being the first time I've ever done it by myself. I got it pretty well tight. Might put in an extra staple or two, cut it all out, all that extra. And I think it's gonna work really well, I gotta say. I'm really happy with it. And then, in the meanwhile, after I got done cleaning it, I managed to put in that new Tusk front brake lever. I gotta say, it's really nice. I'm really enjoying it so far. And then I also put in the new clutch perch from Tusk and the clutch lever. The clutch lever, that bolt right there, it kind of tore up now, but it wasn't really the right size to fit in there. So I had to shape it down a little bit, but it works really nice right now. I got my plastics over there. Still gonna have to put those guys on, but I just figured I'd bring it back in. Alright guys, so we got some of the plastic put on. We got the 2015 front fender put on. Even though this is a 2001, it still fits. Got the one bolt in there. And then I did have to jimmy rig up these two guys right here, because on the original number plate, rather than having a place for bolts, it has those two little teeth right there that go in. And so that was not that big of a deal. I got that figured out pretty quick. Got all the side panels, radiator shrouds, back fender, all that put on without too many problems, other than the fact that the holes for the radiator shrouds down here weren't really the right size and didn't have threads in one side. And then this guy right here, that was kind of stripped out, so it didn't really want to fit in there too well. And I also ran out of new bolts to put in there, so I got to get some. And then the biggest thing that kind of got on my nerves was the fact that in 2015 front fender, which is supposed to fit on there pretty well perfectly, don't quite. Because if you look and see right there, the holes don't really line up. The holes on the bike itself are actually just too small, or just too far inwards. So I'm going to re-drill that. Hopefully I can get it to where it'll fit on there pretty straight. And also got that little cover put on there, so if anything were to happen to the chain, it wouldn't jack anything else up. Put the air filter back in there. Got it all situated up. Put the seat on there. Gotta say, I really like that seat with that Factory Effects cover on it. Really, just, that's probably my favorite part at the moment. Other than those new handles, I'm gonna end up putting on that old inner tube probably back inside of the new tire over here on the same rim and all that. I got that guy. My dad was originally gonna put it on his 450, but decided not to, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. And so I'm gonna go try to drill the holes in that guy, and then we'll see how well that goes. All right, guys, so got all the plastic on. She's looking pretty good, I gotta say. I put some oil back in her. Actually, all of it didn't drain out. For some reason, these bikes were actually really bad about not having all the oil drain out. And I eventually got the 2015 front fender right there to fit, as you can see. But we kind of have a problem. If you can't tell from here, Front fender's going right there. Tire's going right there. So that guy's not lined up. I'm gonna have to fix that. I had to actually drill holes down right there. You can see the original hole. I had to drill one right next to it for each of them. So she don't fit real straight or nothing right at the moment. So I'm eventually gonna fix that. But right now, I'm just gonna pull off them radiator shrouds and them side panels and heat these guys up to take that graphics off there, peel them off without leaving too much residue. And then that's pretty much all I got planned for tonight. I'm eventually gonna get another graphics kit. I put the seat on and everything. Really enjoying that, I gotta say. I'm really proud of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and heat them up, take them off, and then we'll see about getting a new graphics kit. All right, guys. I got all the plastic back on there. I went ahead and I took these graphics off the side, got them all cleaned up, washed up. And I gotta say, sure there is a color difference there between those two. You can't really see as much on this side. But considering that's about a 20-year-old tank almost, that's pretty good. I gotta say, I like the look of that plastic. And if you can't tell, I fixed that front fender. That guy is a lot straighter now, but I did notice that it is kind of tilted to the side like that. So even since I have done that, if you look, it still looks kind of crooked. I'm eventually gonna probably try to work something out with that. But other than that, I'd say all I got left to do is just put that new tire on here, put it on that rim. Then after that, we will be good to go. I'll take her out, mix up a can of gas for it, and then we'll go ahead and take her out for a little spin. I did the first day we got it. Didn't really want to open up, but I think after putting fresh thing of oil in it today, cleaning out that air filter and messing with the jetting a little bit, she'll be ready to go. And once again, we still got that brand spanking new clutch. I actually adjusted it a little bit there, so it's feeling a little bit better. And then still got that front brake on there, which I gotta say I am really liking. I still need to get a new back brake lever, but you know, I'm not really gonna worry about that at the moment. And then as for the gear shifter right there, that lever I'm honestly okay with for the moment. I'm gonna get a new cover for that because that is plastic and I don't really like that so much. But other than that, I'd say for now this guy's probably gonna be as good as it's going to be for the next little while. I'm eventually gonna send these shocks off to get fixed because they are leaking and they are not super great on any of the suspension front or back. But I am also eventually going to get a new exhaust. All right, I am eventually going to get a new exhaust, but I think for a while here I'm gonna run the stock exhaust. I cleaned it up a little bit. I'm probably gonna repack it here soon, but honestly, it's in a lot better shape than I thought it was at first. Still gotta slip that guy back on there. Haven't put it back on yet. I'm probably gonna do that here in just a minute actually. Get another clip of it here with that guy on there. But I gotta say, I think it's actually pretty good, especially being as old as it is. The guy that I bought it off of told me that he repacked it just a while back, and so that's really all I gotta do for now. I will eventually get them shocks fixed, but other than that, I think she'll run good. All right, guys, so I got the muffler put back on there. I got that guy fastened back in there with those little bands, keeping the muffler on there. Got the bolts through. This guy I'm gonna have to replace because it's not quite as long as it should be. That's the one that they had on here. But I cleaned up the ends on there, got some of that buildup out of there as well. And so I'm gonna put that side panel back on here. And then I think also today I believe is day 5 of working on this bad boy. I think I am today actually going to go ahead and put that tire on that rim. I've been looking at the easiest way to do it and all that. I think I got a good idea of how I can do it by myself because I've done it before but never by myself. And so we'll get that taken care of today hopefully. If not, it's not that big of a deal. I can just wait until I can get somebody to help me with it. But I don't think I'm gonna really need that. The back brake, I'm gonna have to put back on here as well. I'm gonna clean it up some, and then actually I'm planning on getting some brake pads here soon for it, because the ones on here ain't looking too great at the moment. But I believe those are actually the stock ones that were on there. So I'll bring you back after. All right, guys, we're back working on the 2001 Yz250. Oh, what's that I see back here? Well, that would be our brand spanking new tire on that same old rim. Put back on there. I still have the same chain from before, but that chain is practically brand new. That guy had only used it like once whenever I bought it off him. I gotta say, I'm gonna need to get some new brake pads. These ones are pretty warm. I'm probably gonna get a whole new brake altogether. And also this cover right here is broken right there, so I'm gonna have to get another one of those. But I gotta say, for completely taking off that whole back part and putting it back on, I'm pretty proud of myself. I ended up getting it back on pretty much, as far as I could tell, as good as it ought to be. Back brake works just fine, and I gotta say, she's looking pretty good right now. I'm gonna go start her up here in just a second. I haven't mixed up a new can of gas with that new oil for it, but I do think the little bit that's in there will work just for now. All right, guys, so I haven't started it up yet. This is gonna be my first time starting it up since I took it apart. Let's see how she does here. Well, I gotta say, she sounds a lot better than she did originally. That suspension's still absolutely god-awful, but I think for now, she'll do pretty good. Alright guys, so I just put some new gas in it. Got that old gas back out. I don't know how long that stuff's been sitting in there for. And one thing that I did notice is I knew the suspension was bad, but I didn't realize that it was bad to the point where the tire was actually rubbing onto the muffler whenever I were to hit a jump or something, because I took it out for a spin yesterday, and if you just look at it, it sinks down really bad. And so I'm gonna start it up here again with that new gas just to let you hear it. Alright guys, so I just got that old gas out of there, and I started it up yesterday after I put my new gas in there, and I gotta say, I think it runs a lot better. And if you look, one thing I noticed is that the suspension is really bad, and you can see just how it's rocking without me really even putting my weight on it. Same with the front forks. And I also need some new brake pads as well, but we'll go ahead and start her up here. See what she's sounding like now. I gotta say, I think she sounds a lot better than what she did before. Alright, so I think she sounded a lot better than she was before. Tomorrow I'm actually going to go try to get an estimate on how much it'll take to redo the front forks and that rear suspension, because it is really bad right at the moment, I gotta say. And so hopefully I can get that done pretty soon, and then she'll really be ready to go then. Have a great day, guys.